Hey, what's up everybody down here at the shop this evening? Got a little project here behind me. Had this idea for a few years. Looked all over YouTube here recently. Haven't seen anybody make anything like this, so figure I'd bring it to you guys. I've had this since last year. Haven't done anything with it, so tonight's gonna be the night we're gonna throw this thing together. See behind me there, a lot of you guys recognize what that is. Some of you might not. That's a salt spreader, tailgate salt spreader they call it, for the back of the truck. I'm in the lawn care snow removal business. Got quite a few of these, but actually I picked this one up online. It was last year, the year before, for 30 bucks, okay? Thing's rusted out, motor's bad. You know, pretty much worthless at this point unless you want to put a few $100s in it to put the spinner on and all that. We're gonna make a gravity feeder out of it, okay? If you can see here, down here at the bottom, this is the motor setup down here, right here. It's pretty well seized up completely. Look up in here in the hopper. You can see down in here, it's got an auger bit. We're going to go ahead and take all that stuff out completely. We're going to gut this thing down to where none of that stuff is actually left on the salt spreader. And we're going to make a gravity feeder by basically cutting all that out. For you guys that watched my video before, I made the tubes that come down to a two-way feeder. I'll show you a picture of that here real quick. I made quite a few of those. I got an extra one already made that we can put right on here. So yeah, we're going to get started on cutting the guts out on this. It already has you can see that right there. That's actually right there where it hooks into the back of the truck hitch. I've already got metal that's going to match up perfectly with that, and a flat piece of steel that we're going to actually weld to where we can take that flat piece of steel and we're going to put on our stump down at the property in the food plot that I just put in. We'll mount that right to that big stump. We'll take that piece of metal, we'll drill holes in it, we'll lag bolt it right to that stump. This here will slide right in the receiver tube that I'm going to weld on that flat piece of metal, and then basically we can just fill the thing up. We will have to make a top cover for it because it didn't come with a cover. I've got a few ideas, some plywood and some metal out back. Everything that I have here is going to be stuff left over from jobs. I'm not going to spend any more money on this but the 30 bucks that we've already put into it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's grab the metal off there. We're going to go ahead and weld the receiver tube on first. Get this thing mounted up where we can stick it up. Probably put it on one of the beams here so we can start working on it, and then we'll start cutting all the stuff off. So this here is going to be my flat piece of steel right there, and what we're going to do is afterwards we'll go ahead and drill some holes in here after we decide where we're going to mount our receiver tube at. Back here in the scrap pile, got some metal. There is our receiver tube. You can see right there. Should fit perfectly right in there. It's even actually got the hole right here, same as a truck would, so that if I want to put a bolt or something in there, so it definitely doesn't slide out. But yeah, we're gonna come off this. Not exactly sure how far I'm gonna cut this off, but we'll cut it off and then we'll weld it right to this here metal. Alright, so there we go. It's probably a little hot. Let's see if we can get it flipped up, maybe. That's what we got. You can see the holes there. We're going to screw lag bolts in that to the stump. This piece here, that will slide right in. And we're going to go ahead and actually mount this right up here on the wall for right now. Then we can stick that up on there and start cutting that off. Right now we're just going to use 2 of these longer screws, but when we put them actually on the tree, we'll put lag bolts in it. Try number 1. Whew. Got her. Alright, so you can see I don't have it slid all the way in there. Not a big deal for right now for what we're doing, but we want to get all this here, basically all this cut off, this here piece out, so that we can put our tube on here, is where our corn and our feed's going to come out of. So we're going to take the saws off and probably pretty much just start hacking away at this stuff. Woo! There she is, on the ground. Alright, that's what we're looking for right there. Everything else is still on intact to hold this thing pretty solid. This thing here is just junk. Let me run out and grab the tube and we'll see how the tube fits on there. Alright, so here's the tubes. It's going to just go, that piece is going to go right down in here. Corn travels down, comes right out. And like I say, I'll put the link to my other video that shows how these are built. Plus, I'll probably add it to this video as well, because this is very important to make sure you know how to build this piece right here. So, toilet bowl flange. It says 3 to 4 inch. DWV, this cost, I want to say it was like $4, 3 something, $4. Okay. And this is what is actually going to hook underneath where the motor is now, and we're just going to put our screws right in here. Those holes it's already got, holes going all the way around. Next thing we got, and I went with a 3 inch because on this flange, this is the pipe we're going to be using. Okay, this is the thick walled 3 inch PVC, fits right inside that flange. Okay, so when this hooks up underneath, that PVC is going to go right up in, has a nice snug fit for the tube that comes down. Okay, so then next it's going to be the T right here that's going to come out, and this is where we're going to put our tubes where the deer will actually eat at. The main supply tube will run straight up here. Okay, so these T's here, I want to say it might have been $5 or $6, something like that. The actual 3 inch PVC, like I say, it's pretty dirty. I've already had this, had it off a job. This is schedule 40 here, 3 inch, so it's going to be thicker. And the reason why you want that thicker pipe, because it fits right in all these sleeves, nice and snug, okay, on the T as well as this flange. Then we have our primer, PVC primer, and PVC rubber cement. Okay, that's what's going to glue everything together there. 2 foot is where I want mine at, right here on 3. Just going to take saws off, cut it right there. There you go, that's going to go in the flange piece right there. Going to hook up the T. As you can see, there's where we're at right now. Okay, grab a feed feed's gonna come through here. Now all we gotta do is come out with our ends on this T part. That's actually where the deer is gonna feed at. I think I'm gonna make mine a foot, just because that's simple math. A foot on each side should be fine. These two pieces are going to go right in here to the ends. Okay, let's see where we're at now. Right here. Now the last thing we're going to have to do is on these feeder side, we're going to cut a section up and around that makes a trough to where the deer can get in there a little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to make a mark, and all we're going to do is just take our sawzall and cut, come up at an angle. Nope. Come up at an angle from here to here, from middle up to the top. All right, for this guy here to be safe, we're going to throw it in a vise. There it goes. Now you can see they can stick their nose in. And what I am going to do is, this has got a lot of burrs on it right here. I'm going to take the drill to go around this edge just to clean it up. Okay. All right, let's go get the other one. Alright, there it is. We're going to let this thing set up for a little bit and dry. Let's see if we can get lucky. I don't know if this is going to fit in there or not. Let's hope we don't have to go into the hardware and buy an adapter here to make this bigger. So, cross our fingers. Just what I thought. It's one size bigger. So I think this is a 3-inch if I remember right. This is the 3-inch here, so I'm going to have to get an adapter to sleeve over this so it'll go up in there. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and cut this flange off. This flange works for the other piece, but since this is not flat right here like the other feeder that I had, I'm going to have to I'm going to leave this piece on here to screw into, but I'm going to have to take this here off and just cut this flush. Alright, so we just got back from the store. This coupling is what we decided to go with. They didn't really have a piece of pipe that would sleeve way over top of this, but I think this coupling is going to do fine. It was like $2 and some change, but it's going to sleeve right on this, and then we'll screw, we'll put screws in this to hold this in place. We're not going to do that till we get actually down to the hunting spot, because I got to transport this, so this piece here is going to go on after the fact. We'll screw it here, and then it'll sleeve right on up there just like that. Okay, then we'll put screws in here as well. Alright, so we're going to set that aside. Next thing to do is going to be putting a roof on top of this, a cover. Like I say, if I had the cover for it, it would have been a whole lot easier. And unfortunately, the guy I got it from didn't have it. So I'm going to go ahead and get a piece of plywood set up there. I'm going to mark it. The plywood of the same. I'm going to mark it to go to the same contour, and I'll probably come out an inch further out than what it is. Get it cut, and I'm going to put a piece of metal on top of it as well, and we'll just throw some hinges on it so it'll hinge open and closed. All right, you can see it's not perfect, but it's definitely going to work. Now the next thing is going to be is to get up there. I'm going to put 2 hinges on there, put some bolts to it, drill holes, hinges so that flips open, and then we will screw, of course we have to cut it first, screw the piece of metal that's going to go over the top of that to kind of keep everything dry. We're going to find some bolts to fit these hinges here, drill some holes, and throw them on. Oh, might have a little problem. These hinges here, I just had laying around, extras, aren't quite long enough to go down. They're basically just catching the edge of this. I need to come down about another inch. They're catching the top fine, but over here, so I'm going to dig in my pile of stuff and see if I can find some hinges that are a little bit wider. Alright, well, no luck on the hinges. I could obviously run to the store, grab some more, but my plan is I'm trying to do this on a budget. I've got $32 in it right now, so not trying to spend a whole lot more money. So plan is I'm going to go ahead and just put the metal on the top of this right here. I'm going to get some bungees, and I'm either going to put screws with washers in on the bungees, or I might put a couple eye hooks in there, and we can just pull the bungees down in 4 corners. Just to hold that lid on, because theoretically that lid's going to be so heavy. This is 3/4 inch plywood. It's pretty heavy for me to pick up. Only thing I really got to worry about is the coons. So they're not going to be able to get this thing lifted up. It's pretty heavy. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get the metal in here, mark it out, and get it all cut. Alright, metal's on, rope's sitting up there. We're talking about bungees because the hinges weren't big enough, but changed my mind. I've got all kinds of ratchet straps laying around. We use these things for work non-stop. Got lots of old ones that have a little bit of rust that still work. Gonna throw one of them right across the top. Simple and easy, guaranteed no coon's gonna get in this. Throw it on there, ratchet down. I've already got plenty of metal down here to hook the hooks to. So let's get that thing on there and take a look. Simple and easy, simple and easy. All right, everything's pretty well finished up besides the paint job. We're gonna give this thing a real quick paint job. I got some black and some brown, I think some green, picked up the other day. So let's see what we can do to make her look a little camouflage. Alright, that's going to be about it. I am going to go ahead and cut this here shorter. I'm going to wait for the paint to dry. Cut that shorter because right now it's a little bit low to the ground, I think. Plus, coons are going to help themselves to it, but I don't want to make it easy on them. And that's pretty low to the ground. So I'm probably going to raise that up about 6-8 inches. And like I say, I'll just cut this off, sleeve it back up in there, and then we're going to just put self-tapping screws. I'll probably put 4 on the top here and 4 on the bottom here to hold that in. I'm going to do that in the woods because I'm going to transport this thing on the 4-wheeler, and that's going to be the flimsiest part, so I don't want to put that on yet until I get out in the woods. So I appreciate you guys watching. I will put a camera up on this for sure. I will send you some feedback. It's probably going to be about a month or so. But I will definitely get you some feedback and see what is feeding out of this feeder. So, hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe. We're getting straight into hunting season now. Daughter already shot a doe. I'm headed down to the property this weekend to do some bow hunting. So we're getting hard at it. It's going to be a lot of hunting on this channel. Stay tuned. I appreciate it. Have a good one. Alright, so let's take a closer look. As you can see, I beveled these corners right here, so when they pull that stuff out, it helps hold that in. You can make these chutes longer if you want to. I just heated that up and curled those, so as they pull it out, it's going to stay put in there. I did that on both sides. I just put probably close to 350 pounds in, and as you can see, if you even this out, I could easily get probably another 150 pounds in here. Put me right around 450 pounds. So, you know, under 40 bucks, 50 bucks, you got a nice gravity feeder right here that's going to hold upwards of 400 pounds. So let's go ahead and get the lid on. I'll get the ratchet strap on, and we're going to throw a camera up on here, and we'll see how the deer react to this. I usually like to put a little bit of peanut butter on the corners there. That usually helps entice the young ones, though they're curious. Deer are curious animals, so they come over, they smell that, they start eating on it. But I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. So, alright, appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoy the video, hit the like button. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe. We're just getting our deer hunting season started here, and things are about to get good.